Hi guys, hope summer's been treating you well. Today I'm gonna be painting in a beautiful park in London called Primrose Hill. Stick to the end if you want to see some little clips from my travels so far, or skip ahead, do whatever you want, I don't care. But the main part of this video is gonna be me painting, so hope you enjoy that. I just bought some gouache paints for the very first time, and I thought this trip would also be a great chance to try my hand at some plein air painting, which I've done very little of, primarily because of how tedious it can feel to lug around all my paint supplies with me. But I think these gouache paints are going to change that for me, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. In the past years, I've started to see a lot more artists specializing in this medium, and it's really piqued my curiosity with all those vibrant colors you can achieve and that kind of interesting matte finish that, to me, kind of reminds me of animation cell shading, if you guys know what I mean. Up until this point, in terms of physical paint, I've really only worked with acrylics and a tiny bit of watercolor, but really I think I've only used watercolor in school when I was super little, so that doesn't really count. So it's pretty cool to be trying a new kind of paint for the first time in a very long time. The specific kind of paint I bought are Mia brand jelly gouaches. They're called jelly gouaches because they have a sort of jelly texture. You can already paint right away with them without adding any water since they come with some moisture, but of course you're free to add some water to change the opacity and thickness of the paint. So I think this might be a good time to get into some pros and cons of this paint set. In terms of the paint itself, so far I'm pretty happy, though this is the only time I've tried them out, so I'll try to give updates later on when I've used them some more. In terms of the paint itself, so far I'm pretty happy, but this is the only time I've tried them so far, so I'll try to give some updates later on when I've used them some more. I think the colors are gorgeous, and the fact that they're quick drying is super helpful for portable painting, so you can just finish up your painting and then take it along with you. You don't have to be careful with it, or, I mean, okay, you still have to be careful with it, but you know what I'm saying. I also think the matte finish is pretty cool. It's nice to have something that contrasts with that shininess you get from layering acrylics, which is my primary painting medium, so that's kind of nice. Packaging wise, it's also really nice that the paints come organized in a pretty logical chromatic style. I always find it really helpful to easily visually compare colors, so it's nice to have them all next to each other but still organized so they don't get all jumbled up and I don't have to spend a lot of time trying to search for the shade I'm trying to use. Alright, time for some cons. The first con is pretty silly because it's not like there's much you can do about this one, but this paint set is a little heavy. I was still able to carry it in my backpack pretty fine, but I don't know if there's something I'd be able to travel long distance with on hikes and things like that. So I might be investing later in some kind of a carrier case to carry specific colors that I want to take with me. In terms of working with the paints, something you definitely have to think about is contaminating the colors. Because these aren't tubes of paint, they're little jelly boxes, it's extremely easy to accidentally mix colors into each other, especially with the whites. You really have to be careful keeping those whites nice and clean. Already I have a little bit of green staining inside of my yellow paint and stuff like that, so when you're working with these you do have to be super careful and meticulous about cleaning your brushes. Alright, I'm going to talk a little bit about the painting itself now. So as you can maybe tell already, I'm doing a little paint sketch of a tree, which to me personally is a bizarrely difficult subject. I don't know why, because trees are everywhere, we see them all the time, at least I hope most of you guys see trees all the time, touch grass. I don't know why, but I've always found it hard to really capture a tree's form, so I thought it'd be fun to give myself that challenge, working with a subject that's hard for me and not having all my supplies with me and trying out a new medium. Why not? For the base color of the tree, I used a dark blue-green color, and then as I got lighter and lighter with the colors, I moved further along the color wheel towards yellow. I think that's about it for now, so hope you enjoy the painting, and I hope I see you at my dumb little travel compilation at the end. Bye-bye. Alright, hi, I'm back. Time for some London videos. These first few are just little short clips from taking a taxi around town. I know it's silly, I just thought it was cool. Alright, this guy is a lime statue from around 6,750 BC, which is insane and super impressive and cool, but I'm sorry, I also think it's really funny. This guy is so wall-eyed, he looks like he's gone through so much. And he's 9,000 years old, like, wow. Respect for this man. Alright, I'm gonna shut up for the rest of the video. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you later.
Because she says you're looking at a man at the end of his life, not fleeing, staying in his garden, and painting. And when things are larger than us, we look at the news and go, what can I do? We ask ourselves in the face of everything.